Hey guys, Kevin Shaw here, Editor-in-Chief of Mopar Connection Magazine. Want to wish you all a very happy Hemi Day, although it's going live tonight my time, which means you'll be seeing it tomorrow my time, which is 4/27. So in that case, happy belated Hemi Day. Today we're actually going to talk about Hemis a little bit, at least as what I've got planned for the Brazen 69 Hemi Charger. That's right, I said Hemi Charger. Well, how is it possible that this non-RT 383 could possibly be a Hemi Charger? Because of this guy right here. I'm actually very excited to say that I finally got my Hemi block that I've been waiting a long time for, and we're going to be doing some really cool stuff coming up in the magazine. So what exactly do I have going on for my 69 Dodge Charger project that I've been doing lots of updates on? Well, first and foremost, we have that 535, what I call the Wicked Wedge of the South, and that wedge has been a really great engine for us. It's been a good, solid 10-second engine for us. Makes 700 pound-feet of torque. We're shy of that in the horsepower category. We were more in the 640s prior to going to a single plane manifold, and especially prior to getting our head CNC ported by Hughes engines. So we're now more in the 670 category. That's great, that's really good, and I really don't want to push that engine any further, only because, quite frankly, we've got some ring seating issues, and rather than popping all the pistons out and re-ringing all the pistons, we're actually going to be sacrificing a lot of that engine to help build our Hemi project. So what I can say about this Hemi block is that it came to us from Dick Bradshaw at Bulldog Performance, and it was one of the last things that we did together prior to Richard selling Bulldog off to a new owner. And to be honest, I personally don't know any more of that acquisition, so I really can't comment on it. I know there's been a lot of people inquiring whether more blocks are coming out or what the future would hold for Bulldog. I simply don't know. But this block was a blemish block. He couldn't sell it to a customer, and I'm going to show you some of the repairs and some of the things that were done to it. So I pretty much got this blemish block for a song, and I'm pretty tickled to go with it and make some big power. This is, of course, cast iron. It weighs 1,000,000 pounds. What I am really excited about, we just got this back from our friends at Shacklet Automotive. One of the neat things was that our block was the first block on their brand new line hone machine, as we needed to cut these brand new main caps to fit the block. And we already have all the freeze plugs in. We have it all tied together. We have new cam bearings in it. And it's been completely surfaced, and it has been bored. I was initially planning to build something like a 528. And in working with August Cedarstrand, formerly of Edelbrock and Speedomotive and Cedarstrand Racing Engines, August said, you know what, listen, with what you've got and the parts we're working with, he said, why don't we just have the block opened up to 4.5-inch bore, and that way we can run a 4.5-inch crank with a 7/100 length rod, and that puts you at a 572. That was a lot of motor when he said that, and I was like, whoa, that's something I wasn't really, prepared to do. And he says, you know what, it's not a problem. You got the block for it. I say go for it. So that really became our new plan. So the idea for this engine block going forward is that once we complete the Hot Rod Power Tour, we are going to be taking the 535 that we've had in the Charger. That engine's coming out. We're going to be putting the 505 in temporarily, and we're going to enjoy that. It's going to be a higher revving engine. It's going to be a little bit more peppy, and that's great. It's not so much as torquey as the 535, but I'm excited to run the 505 on the street just for the time being. That is until we get this guy ready. In the meantime, the 535 is going to be sacrificing its 4.5-inch Eagle crank and 7/100 length rods. Those are going to go in here. We're also going to be using the external pickup. Now, the reason why we chose to run the external pickup pretty much was already made for us. Dick Bradshaw had let us know that besides the fact that the crank was simply too big and we'd be whapping into the internal pickup, that the oil galleys simply had too many failures in it. It wasn't machined right, and so everything was epoxied up. In fact, if you look at the front a little bit, you're going to see that there is some epoxy and brazing. Thankfully, John Shacklet was able to go through and pressure check. He says there's no leaks, it holds up, you're not going to have a problem in it, you can drive it on the street, you should be just rock solid, you'll be great. So I'm very confident in running this block on the street, even with the repairs that were done to it. Going forward, the build is going to feature Edelbrock aluminum heads, and we're going to be running a single plane Ray Barton intake manifold. That's a big, tall manifold. But according to August Cedarstrand, that has been, without a doubt, the most successful single plane manifold that he's ever had his hands on. So we're listening to August on that one, and we're going for the Ray Barton. If not, I could sneak over to the guys at Indy and get one of their 4150 flange manifolds, and I can still run the fuel injection that we've got from Fast EFI. Now, going forward with the build, the big questions that come up are A, whose pistons are you running, and B, whose valve train are you running? And quite frankly, I don't have answers for those. August strongly recommends the Ross pistons that he helped design. I definitely want to go where the power is. We want to make over 800 horsepower on pump gas. And with valve train, it's really a matter of budget. I want to go roller. We're going to go with a solid roller camshaft. And so I'm really looking at recommendations. Stage 5 has been the topic of conversation a lot of times. I got my hands on some really nice pedestal mounts and shafts. Like I said, we're going with a solid roller cam. To the guys who really know how to compete with these Hemi motors, they prefer it to be over square, more bore than stroke, and especially because you're moving a big slug up and down that cylinder really fast. And since we're not necessarily going that route, but we're just going big cubic inches, we want to be able to get that thing to spin as much as we can. So we're going to be stealing a lot of bottom end parts off of the 535. Thankfully, they all fit. Everything's going to work. And all of that's going to allow us to put that big Hemi underneath the hood scoop of our 69 Charger. Are we going to run 9s? I don't know. It'd be really cool. I didn't really have machinations to break into the 9s. But if I could run a 990 on pump gas in street trim, I think I'd be crazy not to, right? So with all that being said, guys, I kind of want to turn the conversation to you in the comment section. I know you have opinions. I want to hear them. What parts do you recommend? How crazy should we make this? You know we're going 4.5-inch stroke. You know we're already got the bore out to 4.5 inches. What do you recommend we do? Thanks again, guys, for watching. And again, I want to wish you a very happy Hemi Day. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button down below and subscribe to the Mopar Connection YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Mopar Connection Magazine newsletter, where we update you guys on all the new articles that we put out every day, Monday through Friday. So again, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and we'll talk to you soon.